start ever. Here's Gate City at Powell Valley. Gate City just moments ago won over Powell Valley. The girls game 51-36. Early in the season, the Gate City Lady Devils won 57-43. So Gate City now 11-3. Their regular season record. Coming in tied for second place with J.J. Kelly, who is playing at Pound tonight. Flintwood's on top at 10-2. They are playing at Coburn, or played at Coburn, I should say, tonight. Following Gate City and Kelly in the standings, Burton 8-5, Powell Valley 7-5, Coburn 3-9, Pound 2-11, and Appalachia 1-2 in the girls' standings. Gate City comes in, the boys 14-5 overall, 13-0, perfect regular season champions in the Lonesome Pine District. Powell Valley's 10-9 and 8-4. Gate City won at home on the 3rd of January, 61-48. What's the third game of the season for the Blue Devils?
Yeah, just I believe 2 weeks to the day the football season ended, so certainly Gate City, that was their first win of the year, actually, when they defeated Powell Valley. And Powell Valley's much improved since that time, though. They've played some pretty good basketball since then. The Blue Devils undefeated, as you said, in the district coming in. We'll have Derek Smith back in the lineup tonight, but still without the services of Josh Kilgore and Will Hubbard. Coach Vermillion told me yesterday that Josh Kilgore was possible for next week, and Will Hubbard still has a bad ankle, and with the regular season championship sewed up, probably a good night to go ahead and continue to let Will Hubbard rest that ankle and get ready for next week.
Gate City 13-0 in the district. Burton 11-2 in second place. Then Powell Valley at 8-4, followed by Pound 6-7, Clintwood 4-8, and tied at the bottom at 3-10 are Kelly, Coburn, and Appalachia. Gate City will play one of those teams next Tuesday at home. Of course, Gate City Lady Devils play Monday at home, 7 o'clock.
Barring Clintwood losing tonight or tomorrow night. If Clintwood's girls lose tonight or tomorrow night, you would have a three-way tie for first place, and there might have to would maybe be a playoff game Monday night, maybe not. Talked to Coach Godsey just briefly, and I don't think he's 100% sure about what the tiebreaker would be. But Clintwood's probably going to win out and win the league. But just in case they lost tonight or tomorrow night against Powell Valley, it could be still possible for Gate City's girls to win the league. But Clintwood's going to have to lose one out of two, either tonight or tomorrow night.
Starting lineup for the Gate City Blue Devils: Jesse McMurray, Will Humphreys, Luke Humphreys, Nate Clark, and also starting for Gate City,
Drew Scott. Drew Scott will be the fifth starter.
Starting for Powell Valley, Israel McAfee, 6-foot senior. Dane Eisen, 5'11 senior. Ryan Mullins, 5'10 senior. Brandon Maggart, 6'2 senior. And Brad Robbins, a 6'2", 210-pound junior. Back with a tip-off after this message. The girls' JV contest
was won by Powell Valley.
Powell Valley 32-20. Boys' JV contest 49-44.
Yeah, that was a good ball game.
Yeah, crowd was fired up in that one too.
Yeah, real fired up at times.
They calmed down in the girls' game. Gate City won 51-36.
Yeah, Gate City got a big lead early in the girls' game, and
I'm like 12-1, I think it was.
And, of course, the Lady Blue Devils led in scoring by Kristen Thayer and Lindsay Music, each with 17 points tonight. So good. So we're just about ready to get underway. It'll be Drew Scott wearing number 54 tonight for Gate City. And that I'll make that change. So Scott wears 54 instead of his normal 22. And referees are Campbell, Starnes, and Guy. Brad Robbins will jump for Powell Valley. Referee Starnes set to get this one tipped up at about 9:40. Tip up controlled by the Blue Devils. Luke Humphreys gets it over to McMurray. Powell Valley opens man-to-man defensively. Luke Humphreys right side between the rings now at Scott. Swing it right side Clark. Clark puts it on the floor, drives to the baseline, and along the baseline, shot up off the glass good. Nate Clark for two. The Blue Devils lead 2-0. Powell Valley in their home white, trimmed in Columbia blue. Gate City in the road black, trimmed in blue and white. With the basketball, that's Mullins. And here's the shot up, no good by Ison. Coming out there with it, the Blue Devils. Clark gets it over to Scott. Scott takes it down the lane, shot up off the glass good. Drew Scott for two. And the Devils quickly on top, 4-0, 7:10 to go here in the first quarter. Robbins has it, gets it over here right side, that's Ison. This is senior night at Powell Valley, so a couple of starters a little different than normal. Here's Robbins, drives left the lane, shot up no good, tipped out of bounds by the Blue Devils. It'll belong to Powell Valley.
And McMurray with a chance to get the rebound, just goes off his left hand out of bounds.
So on the inbounds, Robbins throw it in, gets it over in the corner to McAfee. Now swing it out here to Mullins. Mullins has the key, right side Ison. His shot up and missed everything. And the ball tipped, tried to save it back in was Mullins. Can't do it. It'll belong to the Blue Devils. Into the lineup, Andrew Bott and Patrick McKinney. That's, I believe, the two normal starters in addition to the other three for the Vikings. 4-0 to score. Gate City leads. 6:35 to go here in the first quarter. Clark for Gate City off the screen from Humphreys. Has it right side. Now takes it all the way down. His shot up off the glass good. Clark just too quick for the Vikings. So 6-0, Devils lead. Robbins will bring it across the timeline. Guarded out on the floor by Humphreys, and he travels. So turnover to Gate City. Logan Bateman into the lineup for the Blue Devils. He'll replace Nate Clark. Humphreys, Luke throws it into McMurray, who'll run the point now for Gate City. Humphreys has it left side now, left corner Scott. Scott thought about the three, instead gets it back out front, Bateman. Bateman puts it on the floor once, back to Scott, center circle. Scott looks to take Robbins in the lane, does, but kicks it back out to Humphreys, to Will Humphreys, back to Luke Humphreys. Luke gets it right side, McMurray launches a three, good. Jesse McMurray for three, it's 9-0 Gate City, 5:45 to go here in the first quarter. Robbins for the Blue Devils has it right side. Gets it down low, shot up off the glass by Mullins, good, and he's fouled by Humphreys, Luke Humphreys.
And Luke was standing there with his arms straight up.
So Ryan Mullins gets the bucket. Into the lineup for the Blue Devils, Mark Estep will replace Drew Scott. 9-2, Gate City leads, 5:39 to go first quarter. Ryan Mullins at the line trying to complete the three-point play, which he doesn't. Shot long, rebound pulled out of there. Estep for the Blue Devils, get it over to McMurray quickly in front court. Now Bateman with it, swinging around right side Estep. Estep gets it over to McMurray. McMurray has the ball tipped away from him, out of bounds by McAfee. So Gate City will have it, side front court, leading 9-2 with Jesse McMurray to throw it in. Gets it into Bateman, ball tipped away, foul call. Foul will be called on Andrew Bott for Powell Valley, his first. That'll be the team's first.
Bott's a 6-foot junior. Nate Clark back in for Luke Humphreys.
A little different rotation there by the Blue Devils. E-step it, throws it into Clark. Nate will walk it across the timeline. Gets it over here left side, Bateman. Bateman is fouled on the block by Botts as he was trying to get the ball over to McMurray. Foul on Botts, number 2, team second. John Keegan checks into the lineup for Ryan Mullins for the Vikings. Also in Cody Zirkle, replacing Andrew Botts.
Keegan, a 6'1" senior.
He step, throws it into Clark. Out near the center circle. Gets it over to McMurray. Now back to Bateman. Swinging around left side, Clark. Clark puts it on the floor. Drives. His shot blocked away. Foul will be called on the Vikings. And that is John Keegan. Keegan picks up his first, team's third. Nate Clark to the line for the Blue Devils to shoot 2. Clark, quick move on Keegan. Robbins came over to double down on him, and Keegan commits the foul. Free throw, Clark, good.
Luke in for Will.
10-2 the score. Gate City leads. 5:04 to go here in the first quarter. Second free throw, Clark, up and good. So Nate hits 2. And it's 11-2 Gate City. So Robbins for the Vikings. Brings it across the mid-court stripe. Hits it over left side, Zirkle. Zirkle stops, pops 15-footer, missed everything. Zirkle down the lane, gets the rebound, put back good. Cody Zirkle with a bucket.
Followed his shot, got the job done.
Clark races to the foul line for the Blue Devils. Gets it back to Bateman. Now back to Clark. Clark swinging around here ahead of the key mark E-step. E-step hands it back to McMurray. McMurray off the dribble, drives down. His shot off the glass. No good. Might have been partially blocked. Zirkle comes out there with it for the Vikings. Zirkle lobs it over to Robbins. Robbins puts it on the floor. Had to walk. No foul. Might have got fouled too. Here driving to the bucket, shot up, no good. Foul call on the Blue Devils before the shot.
They missed the obvious foul and call a touch foul.
Foul will be on Logan Bateman. Logan's first, team second. Powell Valley's ball left to their own bucket. Derek Smith in for the Blue Devils, replacing Logan Bateman. So Robbins lobs it in, bounds to Keegan, get it over to Zirkle. Zirkle, head of the key with it, picks up his dribble, gets it right side Robbins. Robbins looks down low to McKinney, and McKinney is held and fouled by Mark E-step. Foul on E-step's his first. That'll be the team's third. Will Humphreys in for Mark E-step for the Blue Devils. So it's Will and Luke Humphreys, Derek Smith, Nate Clark, Jesse McMurray now on the floor for the Blue Devils. Robbins looks, gets it into Bott. Make that Zirkle for 3. Cody Zirkle hits the 3. So Zirkle off the bench with 5. And it's 11-7 Gate City.
5-0 run by Powell Valley.
Here is a shot up and no good by Smith. Robbins on the breakaway. Robbins gets it down to Zirkle. Ball on the floor. Goes off Zirkle out of bounds. It belongs to Gate City. (11-7) Gate City leads. 3:41 to go. And the Blue Devils with it. Clark in front court with it. Gets it out here. McMurray between the rings. Now Luke Humphrey. Left corner at Smith. Derek now gets it out to Clark, head of the key. Clark puts it on the floor, back to Will Humphreys, back to Clark. Clark dribbles with it between the rings, looks right side. There's McMurray open for the 3, shot good. McMurray worked so hard to get that shot and gets a little screen help from somebody, and he rubs off that screen and comes open and makes
a little scoring drought.
Robbins picks up his dribble and gets it over to McAfee. McAfee has it between the rings now, outside with it. Gets it to McKinney, stolen away by Smith. Smith on the floor will be called for travel. So it belongs to Powell Valley. Gate City leads 14-7, 2:46 to go here in the first quarter. The Vikings will have Zirkle to throw it in. Gets it into Robbins. Robbins, guarded by Luke Humphries, takes it across the timeline. Now gets it left side. That's McAfee. McAfee picks up his dribble, lobs it down low, shot up off the front of the rim, good by John Keegan. Keegan with the bucket. It's 14-9 Gate City. Here's Clark, drives into the lane. His left-hand shot no good. Grabbed the net. I think Robbins grabbed the net. I thought that might be goaltending. Evidently it's not. Well, obviously it's not because it didn't blow the whistle. McAfee has it. Off the screen by McKinney. Gets it back to McKinney. He drives to the layup. Good. Patrick McKinney with the bucket. Minute 55 to go first quarter. Powell Valley right back in it. It's 14-11. Gate City's McMurray has it. Drives down the lane. Stops. Gets it over here to Clark. He'll launch a three. Shot Clark. No good. Rebound Powell Valley has it. And foul will be called on Derek Smith. Foul on Derek will be his first. That'll be the team's fourth.
Scott Bateman and Jones check in for Gate City to join Luke Humphries and Nate Clark.
So Zirkle to throw it in for the Vikings. Gets it in to Robbins. You're not going to find a bigger point guard around than Robbins. I don't know how much of a point he is, but he certainly brings the ball up the floor for him every time. McAfee has it. Gets it over to Robbins. Robbins, foul line, left the lane, picks up his dribble, gets it out to McAfee. His three, no good. Rebound, Bateman for the Blue Devils. Bateman gets it over to Clark. Nate has it front court. Now here's Scott. Scott off the screen by Jones. Has it, drives into the lane, takes it down, shot off glass, good. Scott with a strong move to the bucket. It's 16-11. Gate City, 60 seconds to go first quarter. Robbins, he'll bring it up. Gets it over here to Zirkle, right side guarded by Scott. Zirkle drives along the baseline, gets in a lot of trouble. Shot no good. Rebound put back good by John Keegan. Keegan with four at 16-13 Gate City. Scott gets it out to Clark. 42 seconds to go first quarter. Gate City may hold it for one. Scott stands at the center circle with it. One hand on his hip, basketball on the other hip, and Drew will just stand and let the clock run.
He's just inside the midcourt line and head of the keys.
And that's
Zirkle, hands on his knees.
Yeah, nobody else is moving. I mean, you know, it's just not time yet. 14-13. Now the play will start. Clark comes to the basketball. He has it now. 9 seconds. Screen by Humphries. Clark has it. Takes it down the lane. Has it tipped away. Zach Jones had a hand on it. Coming out there with it. Nate Clark for the Blue Devils. Shot off the glass. Good as the first quarter comes to a close. So 1 quarter in the books here at Powell Valley High School, and it's the Blue Devils 18 and the Vikings 13.
13. Gate City leads after one.
Now, Zach Jones did a good job causing that fumble there right at the end of the first quarter, and Nate Clark picked it up and put it in at the buzzer. Powell Valley has it. Here's Robbins. He has it stolen away by Scott. Scott drives down, uses his body shot up. Oh, no good, but he's fouled.
Yeah, Jones did a good job of separating the basketball from the player.
Yes, he did. Foul on Brad Robbins will put Drew Scott at the line for the Blue Devils, shooting 2. Drew's free throw up and good. Nate Clark, 8 first quarter points to lead the Blue Devils in scoring. McMurray had 6, Scott had 4. 19-13 the score. Make it 20 if Scott hits both free throws. So Powell Valley with it. Trailing by 7, just underway second quarter. Robbins gets it left corner. That's Keegan. Keegan needs help. Humphries overflows the ball. Zirkle comes up with it. His shot off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped, fought forward. Coming out there with it, E-step for the Blue Devils. E-step gets it over to Scott. Scott races past the timeline, now slows up between the rings. Gets it along the baseline to E-step, back to Scott. Scott, foul line, left side. Will Humphreys, back to McMurray. McMurray gets it over to E-step. E-step forces the shot up, no good. Rebound, Will Humphreys. Will Humphreys shot up, no good. Blocked away by Robbins, might have been fouled. Zirkle has it in front court for Powell Valley. Get it over to Mullins, head of the key, jumper for three, good. Ryan Mullins for three. It's 20-16. Gate City with the lead. Here's McMurray in front court. He'll launch a three shot. No good. Rebound Robbins for the Vikings. Gets it over to Zirkle. Zirkle shot up off the glass. Good. And he's fouled. Zirkle with the bucket. The foul will be on Jesse McMurray. The foul on Jesse. His first. That was a ticky-tack call there. And I believe the Blue Devils have asked for timeout. Let's hold it here just a second and see. Yes, timeout on the floor. 20-18, Gate City leads. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 6:41 to go here in the first half. Powell Valley trails the Blue Devils 20-18, but they'll have Cody Zirkle at the line trying to complete the three-point play. Zirkle off the bench has 7 points. Zirkle's free throw up and good. So Powell Valley within one. That's as close as they've been in a while. McMurray for Gate City has it left side. Get it along the baseline to Will Humphreys. Back to Nate Clark. Nate now right side Luke Humphreys. Luke out on top McMurray. McMurray drives in the lane, leaves it off down low. Humphreys shot up good and he's fouled.
Are they going to count the bucket?
Well, if they don't, we're going to have a riot.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, on 24, Ryan Mullins his first. Will Humphreys will get his opportunity now to complete the three-point play. As that's Will's first two of the night. Free throw Will, in, out, no good. Rebound Robbins for the Vikings. Robbins bring it in front court. Coach Crockett bending the ear of the official there a little for some reason. Zirkle has it, drives in the lane, gets it over right side McKinney, back to Zirkle, now swinging around head of the key. Here's Robbins. Robbins with it, puts it on the floor once. Now McKinney along the baseline. Here's Mullins. A little six-footer, no good. Rebound Robbins, weak side, shot up, no good. Foul called, Luke Humphreys.
Robbins' fifth rebound.
Luke picks up his second. That'll be the team's sixth. Shooting two for the Vikings will be Brad Robbins. Robbins scoreless so far here tonight. Lefty, free throw, good. So make it 22-20, Gate City.
Scott in for Luke Humphreys.
Brad's second is also good. So it's 22-21. Gate City with the lead and the ball just inside 6 minutes to go first half. Scott for Gate City swings around to Smith. Now Clark out on top. McMurray left open for three. Shot good, and he's fouled. So Jesse will get the opportunity to complete the four-point play.
I think we've seen more of that this year than ever.
Fouls on Israel McAfee, his first. And what do we have?
Coach Vermillion has official Starnes bring him up, I do believe.
Well, let's see. Well, we've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take a break right here. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
The court?
Yeah, it was inadvertent. Before anybody thinks somebody threw a cup of ice on the floor, it didn't happen, man. I don't know exactly. It's off the end of Gate City's bench down here, and there's still must have been a lot more than that. So there's a lot of cleanup going on down there. It's 25-21. Gate City leads. 5:42 to go here in the first half. Both teams still on the bench, and they're still mopping, and you want to take another break? Or
want to
stay
point
here?
out the tournament starts Monday, and we'll have full coverage right here on WGAT. We'll take another timeout. Well, they've got a mop out, towels out. We're really cleaning up.
There's enough water down there to float the Titanic.
Over here, paper towels. So Monday at 7 o'clock, Gate City girls game.
As it stands now.
You're right here. And then Tuesday, the boys here on the radio.
Yep, boys and girls.
And as it stands now, we'll get Wednesday off. And then go to Appalachia Thursday and Friday.
Well, we hope. We hope.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I'm counting on them.
Well, I guess you'd have to say that's tentative. But
Gate City's definitely the favorite in the boys, and it's going to be interesting on the girls' side what happens.
Yeah, that's the girls' tournament's going to be should be really interesting.
And I had the bracket of what's happening, and don't tell me I left it on my desk. Well, I'll remind you this. Tickets on sale for the Gate City Football Banquet to be held February 29th in the Mataview Convention Center. Tickets may be purchased in the office at the high school during normal school hours. $20 except $10 for children 6 through 12 as the mop-up continues.
I'm thinking eventually they'll have the whole house cleaned here.
This year they will have a JV district championship game.
And the girls game, the girls JV championship, which Gate City won't be participating in, is on Wednesday. The boys JV championship game is Thursday at 5 o'clock.
I believe you're right.
At Appalachia. And Gate City will be playing J.I. Burton JV in the championship game.
That's the lone loss of the season by Gate City's boys JV squad. Came at Burton.
Yes. Lost at Burton last Monday night. This past Monday night.
Well, not moving right along here.
No, I don't know.
Now they're going to have the officials inspect the situation. It's right in front of the Gate City bench.
Yeah, it may have been the water cooler because this was a flood of epic proportions.
Yeah, it definitely sprung a leak.
Yeah, something bad happened down there. There was a lot of water, right? But
well, they're still mopping up, so we'll take another timeout with the score 25-21. Gate City on top, probably to Powell Valley's advantage. Gate City substitute.
Actually, I think that might be to our advantage a little bit. I don't know why I think that. You're right, the way we sub. But now they've subbed quite a bit, too. They've got a pretty deep bench, too. So it won't hurt either team. The only people it's hurting is the people sitting up here in these nice, soft, padded, reclining seats. Especially for those that's been here since shortly after 5 o'clock. All right, we'll reset it. 25-21, Gate City lead. 5:42 to go here in the first half. Jesse McMurray trying to complete the 4-point play, which he doesn't. Now, that was literally icing the shooter there. That was a 10-minute timeout. So Powell Valley has it, trailing by 4. McAfee has it, lobs it down low for McKinney. McKinney drops it, picks it up, and he'll be fouled. And the bucket's good.
Oh, that can't be.
Well, it is. So Cook Storm said it was. The foul will be on Derek Smith. Foul on Derek's his second. McKinney.
I don't get that. He was flat-footed when the whistle blew.
McKinney can cut Gate City's lead to 1, which he doesn't. Rebound pulled out there. Mullins, his foot back no good. Robbins will be called with a foul. Surely. Brad Robbins picks up his second.
Powell Valley can't afford for him to get in foul trouble.
Not really.
I still can't believe he's their, quote, point guard, unquote.
That's the 7th team foul on the Vikings. So Will Humphreys will be shooting 1-1 for Gate City. Zach Jones into the lineup.
Will done a good job rebounding this season.
Defense rebounding. He scored some points for us too. He's plays the game. Free throw, Humphreys, front end of 1-1, up and good.
Players take off down the other end of the court.
Yeah, got to shoot another free throw first.
And Jones back in at midcourt.
So 26-23, Gate City leads 5:22. Humphrey's second free throw, also good. So we'll hit the pair. Gate City leads by 4. And this will be Robbins. Robbins has the ball front court now. Left side, that's McAfee. Robbins sets the screen. Box comes off the screen, has it between the rings. Hits it over left side to Keegan. Keegan lobs it down low. It's intended for Robbins. It goes off of his hands to McKinney, and McKinney hits the bucket.
Long pass in front court intended for Jones. He can't get to it. Goes out of bounds.
So turnover to Powell Valley. Gets inside 5 minutes to go. First half. The Vikings can tie or take the lead with a 3 here. Robbins across the timeline, gets it left side to McAfee. McAfee lobs it down low for McKinney, and a block will be called on Drew Scott. Foul on Scott will be his first, and that'll put Pat McKinney at the line shooting 1-1 for the Vikings.
Blue Devil fans don't think much of that, some of them anyway. But Scott had his position.
Yeah, but...
And McKinney came down on him.
Yeah, I think that... I don't know if it's a good call. That's a call you're going to see a lot. McKinney misses a free throw. Will Humphreys with a rebound. Gets it over to Clark. Gate City leading by 2, 4:37 to go first half. Clark with it. Clark drives, gets it along the baseline, goes by McAfee. Just puts the Jets on, and away he goes. Devils lead by 4. 4:20 to go first half. Botts has it, gets it over to Robbins, open for the 3. Shot Robbins, no good. Rebound. The Vikings crash the board, tip it out. Nate Clark with it. A long pass over here to McMurray. Spots up for the 3. Shot, good. Jesse McMurray with 12. Timeout. Powell Valley. Gate City leads 32-25.
Opportunity to tie it or take a 1-point lead. Gate City's on a 5-0 run.
So it's 32-25, 4:05 to go. Powell Valley, the inbound. It's full court pressure, and Botch has it go off his leg, out of bounds. Robbins threw it in. Botch hit him in the hands, and right down his leg, out of bounds it goes. So the Blue Devils have it. It'll be Nate Clark to throw it in, left corner. Clark looks, gets it into McMurray. McMurray said he slipped out of bounds. He did slip out of bounds only because he was... well, we'll say he might have been held a little by Keegan and kind of forced out of bounds. But anyway, turnover to the Vikings. Robbins, guarded by Scott. Takes Scott, gets it left side. Keegan thought about the 3. Keegan puts it on the floor, can't shoot. Gets it out front to Botts. Botts drives down, leaves it over for Circle. Circle drives the right baseline shot up, no good. Offensive foul call on Cody Circle. Drawing the charge, Drew Scott.
Luke Humphreys in for Drew Scott.
The Blue Devils leading by 7 with the basketball. 3:40 to go here in the first half. And whistles sound, and the officials have... What do we have?
We have a bloody player, I bet.
It looks like Brad Robbins will be... And... Brad comes to the sideline, and now, and then let's see. Must be some on the floor. Yep, a little bit of blood on the floor. And they're
Well, we're doing a lot of mopping up tonight.
a lot of fluids on the floor tonight. Okay, so with that cleaned up, we're set to go. Gate City will have it mid-court. E-step throws it in here to Clark. Nate across the timeline, off the screen by Jones, has it right side out on top, McMurray. McMurray surveys the situation over, now gets it over to Clark. Humphreys cuts through, can't get it to him, so Clark backs it back out. Turns back out towards the center stripe, now get it right side to E-step. E-step in the right corner, puts it on the floor, can't get the baseline, cut off, gets it over to McMurray. McMurray to Clark between the rings. Clark has it, drives down, right side shot up, no good, foul call. Clark gets too quick for him. Zirkle picks up the foul. And Nate Clark will go to the line to shoot 2. Clark with 10 first half points. Jesse McMurray leads Gate City with 12. Free throw, Nate, good.
Officials Guy and Starnes did the Gate City at Kelly game the other night, and I'm surprised I don't see a little more police presence here tonight.
No,
don't see any.
I think this is a different kind of crowd. Huh? Free throw up and good by Clark. So Gate City stretches their lead back to 9. That's the biggest lead of the night. Equals the biggest lead of the night. Here driving along the baseline, offensive foul called on Andrew Box.
Will Humphreys.
That's his third. That was a no question there. Coach Crockett not happy, but he's not happy at Botts. Not the official, because of clearly offensive foul. So just inside 3 minutes to go, first half. Devils lead by 9 with the basketball. Clark, Will, and Luke Humphreys, E-step, and Bateman now on the floor for the Blue Devils, and an illegal screen will be called on Luke Humphreys, and I believe that's 3. It is 3 on Luke Humphreys. So we'll come to the near end to shoot 1 and 1.
And substitution, I suspect here, to come, Derek Smith.
So Israel McAfee shooting 1 and 1 for the Vikings. McAfee eyes the mark, free throw up, and good.
Had to work the front and the back of the rim on that one.
Derek Smith in for Luke Humphreys. No. Yeah. Cook for me and men. Traffic police down there trying to get things set up. Now with that done, McAfee set for his second. Free throw up and good. So the Devils lead by 7 with the ball. Nate Clark up the right side. Now center circle, Derek Smith swinging around left corner, Logan Bateman. Bateman has it in the corner. Powell Valley's gone zone. Here's the steal. Thrown away Zirkle. Zirkle drives all the way down. Shot off glass, no good. Put back good by McKinney. Pat McKinney with the putback is 8 points. Cuts Gate City's lead from 9 to 5. And we've got a timeout on the floor by the Blue Devils. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
9 Gate City. 2:23 to go, first half.
So the Blue Devils have it. McMurray and Scott back into the lineup. Clark, Smith, and Will Humphreys now. Here's Scott. Gets it over to Smith. Open for the 3. Shot good. Derek Smith nails the 3. Off the assist by Scott, who drove the baseline. Just kicked it out to Derek, open for the 3. Robbins, he's guarded by Smith now out front. Gets it over here to Zirkle. The ball goes off Zirkle. Nope. They say it goes off McMurray. Out of bounds.
That gets Jesse jumping up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so it's another one miss. But anyway, Zirkle on the inbound, throws it into Robbins. Robbins goes in backcourt to get it now. Brings it up between the rings, guarded by Smith. Gets it left side. That's McAfee. McAfee drives, stops, shoots, misses. McKinney catches it. Shot up from in front, no good by McKinney. Rebound Smith for the Blue Devils. Gets it over to Scott. Minute 40 to go first half. Gate City leads by 8. Scott has it over to Smith. Smith puts it on the floor, drives the whole shot up, no good. Brad Robbins picks up his 3rd foul.
Derek beat Robbins to the bucket. Fouled from behind.
Yeah. So Smith shooting 2. Gate City leads by 8. 1:34 to go first half. Derek's free throw. No good. Drew Scott into the lineup. Scott, McMurray, Clark, Smith, and
Will Humphreys.
Derek misses 2.
That's unusual.
Won't happen often. Score remains 37-29. Gate City with the lead. 1:25 to go first half. McAfee. Robbins did sit down with those 3 fouls. McAfee has it along the baseline. His shot no good. Foul call on Drew Scott. Foul on Scott will be his second.
Sure did get an awful lot of ball.
But where did he block it from?
Behind.
You got it. Israel McAfee shooting 2. McAfee first on the way. No good. Score remains 37-29.
He step in for Scott.
McAfee. Second free throw up. Short.
Ooh.
That's an air ball. That automatically goes to Blue Devil. Now, he stepped up there just a second ago and put 2 right. Never hardly tickled the twine and never hardly moved it and then missed 2 that badly. Explain that. Gate City has it, leading by 8. Inside 1:10 now. First half. E-Step has it over to Will Humphreys. Will gets it to McMurray. Center court circle, right side. That's Nate Clark. Cross court pass to Smith. Open for the 3. Shot Smith. Bang. Derek Smith for 3 more. And the Devils have extended their lead to 11, their biggest of the night. 50 seconds to go first half. McAfee has it right side. Gets it down low. McKinney. McKinney shoved by Humphreys. The shot by McKinney is good. And Will Humphreys commits the foul, his first.
And they'll count the bucket.
Now, when you get McKinney, you know, he had the buckets. You just got to say, well, he got me that time. Free throw up, no good. Rebound, tipped around, coming out of there with it. Mullins for Powell Valley. Mullins gets it, pass broken up by McMurray. Foul called, Rylan Mullins. Foul on Mullins will be his second. That'll put Jesse McMurray on the line.
With 38 seconds to go in the first half.
So, no, it wasn't Jesse who fouled. It was Will Humphreys fouled. So Will Humphreys shooting 2. First, good. Instead of 1-1, that's the 10th team foul. So 41-31, Gate City leads. 38 seconds to go first half. Free throw, Will Humphreys won't go. Coming out of there with it, the Vikings. Mullins gets it over to McAfee. McAfee walks. Drug his pivot foot. It'll belong to Gate City off the turnover. And you can probably look for him to hold it for the final shot if things go as it normally does with 30 seconds to go in a half or quarter. And Powell Valley looks like now they've gone back man to man. With it, right side, that's Will Humphreys. Out front to McMurray. 20 seconds to go. Clark now with it for Gate City. Clark puts it on the floor, takes McAfee the hole. Shot blocked away, but a foul call. Again, I've said it a half a dozen times already. Nate, just when he puts the ball on the floor, McAfee just plays him off the hip, and that's going to be a foul most every time, or an easy layup. So Nate shooting 2 for Gate City. Free throw, Clark, good.
Jones will check in for Smith.
That's Nate. Nate has 4 field goals in the first half, and this is his 3rd trip to the foul line to shoot 2 after being fouled driving to the bucket. And it's not automatic, but when Nate goes to the foul line, you feel pretty comfortable. Free throw, Clark, good. 43-31, 15 seconds to go. Clock runs. McAfee in backcourt. Now across the timeline with it. Picks up his dribble, gets it right side to Zirkle. Zirkle stops, pops, shot, no good. Rebound McKinney. McKinney over Jones. His shot good as the first half comes to an end. It's 43 Gate City, 33 Powell Valley. We'll be back with halftime stats and more after this.
Girls and boys basketball teams would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the efforts of CCTV. Daughtery Brothers Chevrolet, Delegate Terry Kilgore, Fairway 4 Volkswagen, Farm Bureau Insurance, Jackson Street Formals, Law Office of Jeff Hamilton, Mark's Hardway, Scott County Long Distance, State Line Graphics, and Weber City Drug Center.
Valley 43-33. Derek Smith back in action tonight after missing the last game due to illness. Will Hubbard and Josh Kilgore continue to rest their ankles. Hopefully be ready to go next week, both of them.
And last word I got yesterday was they both should be ready to go next week. Probably, I think Will will be ready to go before Josh. Josh may not. Josh may be ready, and the key word there is may be ready to go next Thursday if the Blue Devils advance to the semifinals by winning the first round game at home. And don't everybody say, well, that's pretty much a given they will, because they didn't last year.
Yeah, Clintwood knocked them out early.
Yep. So, but we won't let that happen this year.
It'll be girls action Monday night at 7, and the boys Tuesday, both from Gate City Middle School.
So the second half just about set to get underway with the Blue Devils leading 43-33. It'll be Gate City's ball to start the second half. McMurray, Smith, Scott, Clark, Will Humphreys on the floor for the Blue Devils. McAfee, Mullins, McKinney, Robbins, Keegan on the floor for the Vikings. So the Blue Devils with it. Here is Clark. Gets it right side Scott. Powell Valley man-to-man defensively. Clark has it back from McMurray. Backs it out here of the key. Now right side Scott. Weaves gets it back out here to Will Humphreys. Now with it McMurray. McMurray stands between the rings. Off the screen by Scott. Gets it back to Drew. Drew forces his way in. He'll be fouled by Ryan Mullins on the block. Foul on Ryan Mullins is his third. That'll be the team's first here in the second half. Non-shooting foul, so the Blue Devils will have Nate Clark right of his own bucket to throw it in. Gets it in down low to Humphreys. It's tipped out of bounds by McAfee. So again, it belongs to Gate City. Clark lobs it in down low to Will Humphreys. His shot up, no good. Will gets it back, puts it on the floor. Shot over Robbins, good. Robbins playing with those 3 fouls. Can't be too aggressive. Will only has 1 foul, so he can turn it up a little bit in there. Robbins has it, gets it over to Keegan. Keegan guarded by Nate Clark. Keegan puts it on the floor one time over to McAfee left side. McAfee tries to get it to Mullins. Stepping in front, still in it, McMurray. McMurray dribbles down the court, shoots the 3. Good. 5 threes on the night. The Blue Devils quickly extend their lead to 15 at 48-33.
So Jesse Mux's both first 3-point attempts in the first half and the second half.
So Mullins for Powell Valley chases it down to mid-court line, picks up his dribble, gets it over to Robbins. Robbins, guarded by Smith, lobs it over in the corner to McAfee. McAfee puts it on the floor, lobs it down low to Keegan. Shot over McMurray, good. John Keegan with the bucket. It's 48-35, Gate City. Quickly, Gate City has it in front court. That's Smith. Between the rings with it, McMurray. McMurray puts it on the floor, gets it left side, Scott. Scott can't make a move. Now swinging around right side, this is Smith with it. Smith. Now Scott with it, back to McMurray. McMurray drives into the lane, lays it off for Will Humphreys. Will shot up over Robbins, good.
Ken Robbins just stands there with his arms straight up.
Yeah, he just can't afford to be too aggressive. Devils by 15, 5:50 to go third quarter. Foul called on Derek Smith, holding Robbins out front. Foul on Derek, his third.
Coach Vermillion wants to speak to Derek, and does, and sends him back out.
So the Blue Devils leading by 15. See Powell Valley with it. This is Robbins. Robbins has it, gets it right side to Keegan. Keegan looks for a lob to McKinney. Can't get it to him. Now instead right corner, that's Mullins. Mullins lobs it down low for McKinney. Stolen away, Scott. Foul McKinney. Patrick McKinney picks up his first foul. That's the team's second.
7 turnovers in the first half for Powell Valley. That's the second here in the second half. Gate City had 5 turnovers in the first half.
Andrew Botch checks in the lineup for Ryan Mullins for Powell Valley.
Robbins, the leading rebounder in the game so far, with 6.
So Nate Clark brings it up for Gate City, gets it right side. That's E-Step. E-Step puts it on the floor, back to Scott, head of the key, left side Clark. Clark with it, now back to Scott. Scott puts it on the floor, left corner Clark for 3. No good. Rebound Humphreys for Gate City. Will gets it back to Clark, back out front Scott, back to E-Step, right side, back to Scott, head of the key. McMurray can't shoot. Double team there, lobs it over here to Scott, left side. Scott along the baseline. Humphrey shot up, no good. Rebound McKinney for the Vikings. McKinney gets it over to Keegan, who has it front court now to Robbins. Robbins guarded by E-Step. Robbins is fouled by E-Step. Foul on Mark is his second. That'll be the team's second. Give Coach Crockett credit for that foul as he was calling for it. And he got it. Zirkle throws it in and back court to Robbins, almost threw it away. Robbins, guarded by E-Step across the timeline, gets it left side. Keegan, his 14-footer, no good. McKinney fights for the rebound. McMurray comes up with it. McMurray stops, pops. 3 shots way short, goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Vikings. And we've got a timeout. Timeout on the floor by Powell Valley. It's 50-35. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the basketball. Box gets it over to Robbins. Robbins across the timeline, right side box. Can't shoot, cut off, gets it to Keegan, drives along the baseline, cut off there by Jones, back to Robbins. Launches a 3, shot no good. Rebound fought for McKinney, comes out there with it. McKinney gets it back to Zirkle, now to Robbins. Robbins outside the arc, spin move. Can't shoot, looks, needs help, gets it over to Box. Box drives into the lane, loses possession of it. Why is that not a walk? Gets it over to Zirkle, his shot no good. Ball comes down off the rim hard. Goes behind E-Step, coming up with it McMurray. McMurray takes it to the hole, layup good. Dusty McMurray with his first 2-point field goal of the night, but he's got 5 threes. He has 17. Gate City leads by 17, 52-35. 3:30 to go, third quarter. Robbins gets it right side Zirkle. Zirkle drives, shot off the glass, missed it. Zirkle's putback is good. Now quickly the other way. Here's E-Step along the baseline. His shot off glass, no good. Rebound McKinney. McKinney gets it over to Botts. Offensive foul called on Andrew Botts. This great position there by Nate Clark. Botts caught the basketball, turned around, and never saw Nate till he run through him. So it belongs to Gate City off the offensive foul. Gate City leads by 15 with 3:05 to go, third quarter. Clark gets it out here to Luke Humphreys. Luke with it. Now right side McMurray. McMurray drives in, gets it over to Clark. Before he does, he's fouled. Is it Botts? If it is, it's 5. It is Botts, and it is 5. Andrew Botts fouls out. No points. No points, 5 fouls.
A short night for the 6